November 18th, 1929. A 7.2 magnitude earthquake off the Grand Banks unleashed a tsunami that ravaged Newfoundland's Burin Peninsula. Today, I'll share how this disaster impacted cod stocks, communities, the economy, and led to British intervention, while highlighting the remarkable resilience of Newfoundlanders.
They took the land and they took the houses and stages and beaches and rocks and everything went before it. And they come in and there's only a few minutes and everything was covered, of course, so all the destruction was caused in just a few minutes.
I had 3 children in the water with me. One up over here, one up over under the table, and one away over there, try to keep them up from being drowned. The lamp stayed on the table, and like never went out. I said the Lord kept the lamp burning. But because if the lamp went out, I couldn't see the children, because poor little Stanley, sometimes he'd way over there, and perhaps another one would be over there. I was going all the time back and forth to save the children.
The tsunami's waves, some 13 meters high, killed 27 people. Recorded as Canada's deadliest earthquake-related disaster long before Newfoundland entered Canada. Over 40 communities, like Burin and Port au Bras, lost homes, fishing stages, and boats. Survivors faced chaos, while one recalling neighbors fleeing as waters surged. A snowstorm the following day severed telegraph lines, delaying aid, leaving families to shelter in crowded homes or makeshift camps. Their livelihoods washed away. Days later, a ship passing the Burin Peninsula discovered the devastation in the wake of the tsunami as they passed the general store, dragged out to sea. The cod fishery, Newfoundland's economic lifeline, suffered immensely. The waves destroyed 127,000 kilograms of salt cod and obliterated wharves, gear, and drying flakes. Some believe the tsunami disrupted cod habitats and bait fish like capelin, contributing to poor catches in the early 1930s. 3 years of depleted cod stocks and the loss of infrastructure crippled fishing operations, amplifying hardships as the Great Depression loomed. People prepared for the inevitable, knowing greater hardships were just around the corner, with Newfoundland's currency being backed by the cod industry. Economically, the $1 million in damages, about $20 million today, devastated the region. Relief arrived days later with $250,000 raised from Canada, the US, and Britain. In spite of these minimal funds, Newfoundlanders stood together and rebuilt from scratch. But the fisheries collapse and global downturn left communities struggling, with recovery stretching into the 1940s for many. Yet Newfoundlanders showed extraordinary resilience. Families rebuilt with grit, sharing what little they had. Fishermen repaired boats and stages, determined to return to the sea. Communities rallied, pooling resources to restore schools and homes. By the 1940s, many villages stood stronger, their spirit unbroken, despite the loss. This tenacity, rooted in a deep connection to the land and sea, carried them through, proving their ability to rise above even the worst calamity. The disaster also exposed Newfoundland to economic fragility, paving the way for British intervention. By 1934, crushed by debt and fishery losses, the Dominion surrendered self-rule. Britain's Commission of Government took control, promising to return Newfoundland to a responsible government when the economy recovered. The 1929 tsunami was a defining moment. It shattered communities and the cod fishery, reshaped the economy, and altered governance. But above all, it showcased the unyielding spirit of Newfoundlanders who rebuilt their lives with courage and with unity. When the 1929 tsunami ravaged Newfoundland's south coast, Newfoundlanders faced unimaginable loss. Homes, boats, and lives were swept away. Yet in the face of devastation, they united. Neighbors shared food, rebuilt communities, and stood as one against the storm's aftermath. This resilience defines Newfoundland's spirit. From harsh winters to economic struggles, when Newfoundlanders stand together, no challenge is too great. Their unity transforms adversity into strength, proving that bound by heart and grit, they can weather any storm and emerge unbroken. When Newfoundlanders fall apart, so does Newfoundland.